you so much, Ma'am Pearl, for facilitating the Q&A. So we have one more session to go, which is about the other features of the CPDAS to be presented again by Attorney Hernandez for the walkthrough to be followed by a live demonstration by Mr. Ginto. Attorney Hernandez, please.
Actually, we have two more presentation. Aside from the other features, we also have special features of the CPDAS. So for the third feature of the CPDAS on provider side, we will be presenting before you other features of this platform. So let us present these icons with details on this specific icon. So first, view details of the program icon. Second, request for change of program, schedule, and venue. So, by the way, this is under list of applied programs, yung mga icons po na in-explain po namin. So, third is attendance encoding. Fourth, completion report. And fifth, view feedback. So, under the list of applied program, again, button, if the provider will opt to change the program duly approved, previously approved by the council, this particular button will be clicked by the provider. So, please take notice that the system will only accept changes in the programs when it pertains to program schedule and venue. So, dalawa lang po. Either schedule or venue. And or, pwede naman po both. Schedule and venue. Next. So, again, under list of applied programs, if the provider will change schedule and or venue, again, you have to click this particular button and for the request for change. So ito po yung request pa lang. So this is still subject to the approval of the concerned CPD Council. And this request can only be used once per accredited program. So if you already request for the change of your approved program, isang beses mo lang siya magagamit, and then you can no longer request for the change of the program pag may changes pa po kayo in the future. And then in this slide naman po, you can provide or state the reason and the change. Una yung change of your approved program, date and venue, and you have to state the justifiable reason why the said request will be sent to the will be changed. The change of the particular activity will be held. So again, this is subject to the approval of the concerned CPD Council. So once you already stated the particular particular details required by the system, you will click proceed after receiving this information. Next. Another feature of this platform is the attendance encoding. So after the provider has offered the program, you need to encode into the system the participants of your program. So this icon under list of applied program shall be clicked. Okay. So, ayan. Again, after the offering of the program, you have to submit the attendance sheet of your participants. So for this action, there are two formats available in the system. The first is uploading of your attendance sheet in the prescribed form, And second is the manual encoding of the attendance sheet directly into the system. Next, please. Okay. So, for this purpose, under, under list of programs, the provider will choose the program schedule, drop down po siya, as well as the date for that particular program. Next. And then, again, the provider will choose whether they will upload. For this purpose, uploading po muna yung gagamitin nating process. So for uploading of the attendance sheet, the provider has to follow the as stated or as provided na template for this purpose. And then yung professional codes naman po will be provided. Next, please. So, ito po yung mga professional codes ng ating professions that need to be included or inputted into the attendance sheet. Next. For the purpose naman po, if the provider opted to choose to encode manually their participants on the approved program, this is how the system will be used. So you have to encode manually your professionals, and then after that, you have to click proceed on the number of slots needed for the particular participants. Okay, next. And then once done in the encoding, you have to click next, and then successful encoding will be reflected on the list of attendees encoded. So pag na-click nyo na po yung next, lahat po ng mga participants niyo makikita nyo na po doon. Another requirement after the program has been offered is the submission of completion report. So after encoding the participants, you have to encode into the system or provide this into the system the completion report. So completion report button will be clicked. Next, please. And then, okay, completion report shall be accomplished after the conduct of the program as stated earlier. And other requirements in the documents as support to the completion report shall be scanned in email and submitted to this stated email address. Under completion report pa rin po, this particular area or shall be encoded or the information shall be provided in this stated box po. Program schedule, number of participants, and executive summary on the program offered. Next, if you want to view feedback from our monitors, if your program has been monitored, you may click view feedback. So this particular button will be, you may click this button, and then as the assigned monitors will encode the result of the monitoring activities, and the same will be reflected in your account or provider's account. So kapag click niyo pong button na yan, makikita niyo po yung monitoring report ng ating monitors to your program offered. Okay, so once a monitor was assigned to monitor the provider's accredited program, the result of which will be reflected sa area na po ito. So nandito po siya sa program feedback. So you may print the same if you want to po. Okay, for live streaming on how to use that particular feature, again, Arman will be presenting.
Thank you po, Attorney. So, for the live walkthrough po sa ating accredited program po, papakilala ko lang po yung 5 buttons po na nandito sa action. So, first one po is to Yung view details po, you may see here the details of the applied program po. So pag kinilik po natin yan, lalabas po dito yung information po ng program na na-accredit po ng CPD Council, including the program description na tayo po ang na-provide, the objectives, and the schedule. Likewise po, nandito rin po yung other information na pinrovide po natin at na-approve po ng CPD Council. And of course, kung imo-monitor po ang ating CPD program, lalabas din po dito yung name ng assigned monitor. Second icon po is yung request for change of program, schedule, and or venue. So, kung nakita ko po sa chat box, yung ibang tanong kung paano po magre-request. So, you do not need to send manually yung ating po mga request. Through CPDAS, pwede po kayo mag-submit ng request. So, you just have to click this one po. And lalabas po dito yung details po originally, kung ano po yung in-input po natin na in-accredit po ng council. So, nandito po yung date, yung venue. And of course, you just have to state the reason kung bakit siya magre-request for changes. Take note lang po na ito po ay once lang pong pwedeng gamitin ng provider per program. So for this program po, kung magre-request po tayo ng changes, kung saan natin siya magagamit. And you can change po or request for change 15 days before the conduct po ng program. So for example, this one po, nakaset siya on September 30. Kung babaguhin po natin siya, you just have to click this and iselect po natin yung date na preferred natin na ikakandak po siya. So for example, gagawin natin siyang October 30. So yan po. Click lang po natin kung anong date po. October 30. And of course, kung gusto po nilang baguhin yung venue, pwede rin naman po nilang baguhin. Kunyari, gagawin po nilang Microsoft Teams. Then, ano po yung link? Always po, ano po yung link? For the provider po, pwede pong date lang ang i-request natin, pwede pong venue lang ang i-request natin, or pwede pong dalawa po natin itong i-request ng sabay. So for example, nag-request na po kayo ng change for date. Hindi na po kayo makakapag-request ng change for venue kasi once lang po natin magagamit itong feature na ito. And of course, state po, bakit po tayo nagpapalit ng date or ng venue. For example, yung availability po ng speaker. So, dapat, syempre, yung ating reason is katanggap-tanggap kasi i-evaluate pa po siya ng ating CPD Council. Dito po lalabas sa status of request kung ang ating pong request ay na-approve or na-disapprove. So, kapag nandiyan na po yan, kompleto na po natin yung details, click submit lang po. Again, may notice po na lalabas na once the request is submitted, the data or information on the request form can neither be edited or withdrawn. So, this request can only be used once. Thank you. So, click proceed lang po. So, yan po, request successfully sent. Ang itsura po niyan, kung ano po, kung gusto nila ma-update from time to time, andito na po sa ating account. Kung gusto natin makita na approve na ba siya or na-disapprove, balik lang po tayo. And makikita po natin sa status of request kung na-approve po siya. Or kung na-disapprove, nakalagay din po dito is disapprove. Ibig sabihin, babalik lang po siya sa original date or venue na na-accredit. Hindi po tayo pwedeng mag-deviate sa kung ano pong na-accredit ng ating CPD Council. Kasi po, pwede pong ma-revoke yung ating program. So, hindi siya magiging accredited na program ng CPD. So, pag nakandak na po natin yung program, ang maganda po dito sa ating system, hindi na po tayo kailangan mag-submit manually ng ating mga attendance. Kasi nandito na rin po sa third icon yung encoding of attendance. So, yun po. Pipiliin lang po natin ano po yung program schedule, ano po yung date, You have two options po kung paano tayo mag-upload ng ating attendance para sa mga professional na umattend sa ating accredited program. First one is to upload the attendance sheet. Okay po? Using Excel file. So, last few days or months, nagbigay po kami ng Excel file kung saan po mag-input po ng attendance. Tama po? So, for the 3-year period po yun, 2017, 18, 19, and 2020. So, ito po yung format na hiningi po namin sa inyo. So, ito po. So, yung same na Excel format po na binigay ko po sa kanila, yun din na po yung pwede nilang gamitin para mag-upload po tayo sa system. Hindi na po natin manually i-encode yung mga pangalan. So, ayan po yung format niya. Yung first name, the middle name or initial, the last name, the profession code, the license number, the time in and the time out, and the units or unit earned. So, you just have to do is to upload, click this choose file and look for the Excel file. So, much better kung organized po, ang gawin na lang po natin na file name is yung accreditation number para hindi po tayo malilito. So, it's either you double click or click open. Para po, masok po siya dito sa system natin. Then afterwards, click upload file. So, pag kinilik po natin itong upload file, lalabas po sa ibaba yung mga pangalan na in-encode natin dito. Next is profession code reference. Ito po yung mga profession code po na ilalagay po natin doon sa attendance sheet natin. Again, we have to follow po kung ano po yung format ng attendance sheet na to. Kasi kapag, kunyari, ito pong profession code na punta po dito sa last part, magkakaroon po ng error. Kasi kung ano po yung nilagay po nating format, that should be followed accordingly. For the encoding naman po, kung pinili naman po natin na manually, ang gagawin lang po natin is input the number of participants. Ito po is actual number of participants. Iba po ito dun sa target participants. For example, for this specific program, ang umattend po is 900. Pero ang target natin, 1,000. That's okay. Proceed lang po natin para lumabas po lahat ng slots for 900 professionals po na umattend sa ating CPD program. So, kung ano po yung mas convenient sa inyo, you can choose po. So, for this example, nilagay natin dito na pangalan is De La Cruz. The profession code is psych, because psychology po siya. License number, the time, and the units earned po is, ang na-approve po dito is 5 units. So, ang unit na na-earn niya is 5. So, click lang po. Kung na-encode natin lahat ng mga participants dito, nasa lower part po yung next po. Para lumabas po yung mga names na nandito sa, sorry po. Bawasan na lang po natin. Lagyan na po natin ng 1 para makita lang po nila kung paano siya lalabas dito sa baba. Then click, kung nalagay po natin dito yung maximum po, ilang pinag-participate, input the details and click next. Hindi ko na-input na. So, nagkaroon na po siya ng error. So, pag in-input po natin dito at pinilik po natin itong next, lalabas lang po dito sa baba yung summary of the names ng mga professional po na umattend sa ating CPD program po na na-accredit. So, okay. So, sa summarize lang po niya, yung in-input natin, click submit. Lahat po ng ating na ipapasok dito sa system, hindi na po siya nabubura. Kaya be warned lang po na kung ano po yung tama, yun ang pang-input natin. Next icon po is itong ating completion report. Ang completion report po ay dapat sinasubmit after the conduct po ng program. So just click this button, yung pang-apat po, and nakalagay na po dito agad yung other details. You just have to select the schedule. Ilan po yung naging total number of participants? Kung 100, executive summary. Yan. Then kapag natapos na natin yung executive summary at saka pa yung proceedings, click save and print. So completion report saved. So lalabas po dito yung first page po ng ating completion report. Yan. So, ito po yung isang magiging attachment natin kapag nag-submit po tayo online ng ating completion report starting October 1. So, isa-save lang po natin siya as one PDF. Kasama po itong mga requirements na ito. So, make sure lang po na kompleto siya para ma-avoid po natin yung inconvenience on your part na paulit-ulit po yung submission. Kaya, make sure lang po na kompleto po ito lahat. Okay po. So, nabigay na po kanina yung email. So, that's the cpdd.monitoring&evaluation@gmail.com. Ito po yung requirements. So, sa cpdd.monitoring&evaluation@gmail.com. Doon po isasubmit po natin. So, ang pwede po natin gawing subject doon ay yung provider, ay yung accreditation number po ng program para mas mabilis po natin siyang matitrace at matatrack. Kasi po, kapag nagkaroon po ng problem with regards to completion report, nagde-deviate po tayo. So, may mga parang natatantusan po tayo na hindi po tayo sumusunod sa nilatag po na guidelines. So, nag-undertaking po kasi tayo. So, yun po. Kailangan na po tayo magsasubmit ng completion report with the corresponding documents as required. So last part naman po is ang ating view feedbacks. If ever na nagkaroon po ng monitor, na-assign po na monitor sa ating program, yung ating monitor, mag-i-input siya ng kanyang mga feedback, ng kanyang mga nakita during the conduct po ng accredited program, dito niya po ilalagay yon. So, for this specific example, ayan, meron pa tayong program schedule. Select lang po natin yan and print. So, makikita natin yan kung meron. But for this one, wala po siyang monitoring report kasi wala pa nag-monitor ng program. So, mareremind naman po kayo kapag meron pong magmo-monitor sa inyong CPD program. So for that other features of CPD accreditation system, yun lang po yung mga clickable buttons po natin dito sa action.
Alright, thank you again, Attorney and Sir Arman. May we give the floor again to Ma'am Pearl for the open forum. Ma'am Pearl, please.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so more questions. I think this has been answered already. What is the timeline to request for change of program? Example, 5 days before the old event date. Sino sasagot nito? Wait. Okay, there. What is the timeline to request for change of program? Attorney Lisa?
If you can remember po yung application natin ng program shall be at least 15 days, working days prior to the offering. So the same date pa rin po yung pina-follow namin. As much as possible po, for the change, especially po yung change ng date sa program, at least 15 working days prior to the new requested date for the offering of the program.
Thank you. Okay, and what if the program is already approved, meaning prior to the CPDAS? What if the program is already approved? Is CPDAS applicable in rescheduling the said approved program?
Hindi po nila ma-apply sa CPDAS yung a program that was manually approved by the council kasi wala pa po sa system natin. So for those program lang po na na-approve through the CPDAS, saka pa lang po sila makapag-request for change if ever po. So at kung manually approved po yun, wala pa po siya sa CPDAS natin. So hindi pa po nila makapag-request for change po using the CPDAS.
Okay, thank you. Okay, regarding change of venue and date, how about if the program will run for 12 months? Can we have changes more than once?
Again, ma'am, the system po sa CPDAS, isang beses lang po dapat pwede siyang mag-request for change.
And if the program that has been applied for will run for 12 months?
Isang beses lang din po siya mag-change kahit gaano katagal po niya ira-run yung program.
Okay. How do we go about it if the program will be cancelled in case of some fortuitous event? Na-cancel because of a flood or of a fire or something. Unforeseen event. Paano gagawin nila?
At least kung ka-cancel po, inform lang po nila. At this point po kasi wala pong cancellation pa, hindi pa po available yung cancellation sa CPDAS. So in that event po, inform lang po nila in writing muna si council for the cancellation of that event, and we will make the necessary changes po or cancellation on the system po. Kasi at this point po, wala pong automated cancellation pa po yung CPDAS natin.
Thank you. Okay, on completion report, see ano to? The template for time in and time out. This surely does not apply for video on demand courses. How do we fill in the columns out there?
Hi po ma'am. So, ang pwede po natin gawin dyan is mag-create po tayo ng system or Google form wherein pwede mag-fill up po doon yung participant or yung professional kung anong oras po siya mag-access. So with that po, malalaman natin yung oras po na nandoon po siya sa system natin. So parang another form po yan na gagawin po ng provider para malaman niya anong oras po nag-access. So with that, makakapag-input po siya ng time in and time out po.
All right. So basically, for every participant, if they click in that Google form, it's like an evaluation form with the time in and the time out. Then they collate it, put it together. That will be their completion report. Okay. The needed fields to be filled up in the attendance sheet to all professionals. Some professionals do not want or are afraid to put their middle names and PRC numbers because they do not know that it is a requirement of PRC. Okay, yung mga takot sa identity theft.
Apo. Bali, ma'am, with that po, ma'am, pwede pong ma-explain po ni provider na required pong malaman yung mga ganong information. Kasi po, ang ating CPDAS ay generated na po siya ng system. Kung ano po yung in-input doon na details po ng professional, automatic po, papasok po sa LERIS account po ng professional. So makikita po niya kaagad doon yung units po na kanyang na-earn. So kailangan po talaga complete details. Pwede tayong gumawa ng privacy notice na pwedeng i-read nila or inaalaw po nila na kunin po yung kanilang mga personal information for their own naman po yun.
Thank you, Arman. Is there an option to just upload the attendance sheet from form rather than typing the information of each participant line by line?
Ma'am, may binigay po kami na Excel format for the attendance po na pwede po nilang gamitin. For example, kung magkakanak po sila in the future ng face-to-face, so pwede naman po maglagay na tayo ng laptop agad sa registration area para malagay na po yung details nila. Then afterwards po, yung Excel file na po na iyon, ang pwede natin i-upload sa CPDAS para automatic na po siyang papasok.
Okay, thank you. So I think this has to do with the Excel format that you are requesting to populate the current system. What will they do? The genetic engineers of the Philippines, we did not receive email for the Excel format of the attendance.
If that is so po, ma'am, kung hindi po sila nakareceive, pwede naman po sila mag-email sa amin. Pero as I check po, ma'am, kasi ako po ang may hawak ng genetic, lahat naman po ay napadaanan namin. So if they are going to request po for that, I can give naman po. GEPI, that is noted po.
Okay. Can we have a support team or help desk on this application in case we encounter issues on the system beyond what was being presented here? Tech support. Can we have that?
Sa next na presentation ko po, ma'am, doon nila makikita kung paano.
Okay, very good. Well, masyado silang excited na ahead yung questions nila sa presentation.
So, ma'am.
We will be having a webinar on October 23. We plan to submit the requirements for CPD accreditation this September. How are we going to submit a completion report given that we applied for our programs through PICC Regional Office and not CPDAS? Or is there an option to submit the completion report directly and not through the applied program?
Ibig sabihin po, ma'am, ulit ko lang po, manual siguro yung pag-apply nila, and it was, I believe, baka manually approved na rin po yan ng council, concerned council. So, manghingi na lang po kami sa inyo, ma'am, ng submission ng completion attendance sheet in the prescribed form po para we can ang gagawin na lang namin, ma'am, part na lang po siya ng uploading namin into the system or populating into the system yung mga attendees po sa program ninyo.
Okay, so those are the questions for our most recent presentation. So I guess we're ready for the next month. So Reg.
Thank you, Ma'am Pearl. Again, may I call on Attorney Fernandez for the presentation of the special features.
Okay. So again po, this is the special feature of our CPDAS platform for providers. So medyo maraming features po ito for the provider side. So ito po, dito po natin i-explain yung kaninang tanong. So under dashboard page of our providers, makikita niyo po yung analytics which summarizes the applied program of the providers for accreditation. For this purpose po, nandito makikita niyo po kung ano na po yung na-apply ninyo and then kung ano na po yung status niya. Whether submitted, ibig sabihin po ng submitted, na-accept na po ng system, and for evaluation po ng ating frontliners. And being processed, ibig sabihin na send na po natin sa concerned CPD Council for their evaluation. And approved kung ito po ang ating program ay duly approved na po ng council. Deferred if there's another information that the council needs you to submit. And then this approved for those that hindi talaga siya applicable or sa profession po na ina-apply ninyo for accreditation. And then another feature of our CPDAS at the lower portion ng dashboard page, ito po yung the provider can directly send message to our CPD Secretariat for assistance. So for any information, assistance, technical man yan, or technical assistance on the use of the CPDAS, dito po ninyo i-send or gagamitin. Dito niyo po i-input yung inyong mga requirements or ang inyong mga queries. And then the assigned secretary for your profession po will send you message or reply on your queries po. Sa lower portion lang po siya ng dashboard page ninyo. And then another feature of the system is the information on the providers. Kapag na-approve na po kayo, especially yung basic information, makikita nyo po dito, and you will have the opportunity kung meron po changes on your information, you may update po the same in this page. So anytime po you can update the same. Pero as we said earlier, hindi po lahat ng information ay pwede ninyong ma-update. Especially yung authorized representative of your organization, hindi po ninyo agad-agad dito ma-edit dahil you need to submit document to prove na may changes na siya na po yung bagong authorized representative of your organization. So may mga SPA or authorization letter from your organization. And then another feature of the system are downloadable forms po, especially yung mga required documents natin in the prescribed form ni PRC, like the undertaking, instructional design, and resume of your speaker. So yun po yung mga notable documents that our council are expecting you to submit in the prescribed form. So nandoon din po yung mga file na pwede ninyong ma-print or printable forms. And also, they change password icon para po for your protection din po ito, that to make sure na hindi ma-hack yung inyong account, na hindi magagamit ng non-authorized person yung inyong accreditation to apply for, say, program na hindi ninyo approved o hindi dumaan sa organization ninyo or sa entity ninyo. So you can change your password anytime po using this page. Okay. So that's all. Na-complete na po namin yung features ng ating CPDAS for our provider's account or site.